This is Adam Doll-Hennis with my second blog for English. Just read the two plays, Octaroon and Margaret Fleming. They have similar themes in that they both deal with society and how they treat misrepresented people. Octaroon was really focusing on how African American slaves were being treated by the Southerners. It's about how George, who is the main character, he doesn't understand why he can't be with Zoe. Zoe is mixed, and he doesn't understand that, why that's wrong, why that's not allowed. Margaret Fleming, the author, focuses on how society views women. Um, Basically, Margaret, the main character, her husband, cheats on her, has a love child, and instead of leaving him, she asks her husband, whose name's Philip, she asks him, you know, what would you do if I were to do this to you? What would you do if I cheated on you and had a child? How would you feel? And Philip's completely taken aback. He can't believe that she would ask him a question like that because it was just forbidden during this time period. Women were not treated respectfully. They were not treated as equals. And it really just demonstrates the double standard of marital infidelity between the sexes, and it shows how unequal the two really were. In both plays, it shows how society views African Americans and women during the time period. White men were the leaders; they were making all of the rules, all of the laws. In Octaroon, it was written at the height of this pro-slavery period, the pro-slavery versus anti-slavery movements, and I thought this play really is the epitome of what is going on at the time. It gives us good insight into what was going on at the time. Margaret Fleming, that really showed us about how women with social conscience and personal integrity, like George, how that's why she took in the love child of her husband Philip. It was most common during this time for women to just turn the other cheek and sit back and really just have to take what the men give them. But some of them would stand up for themselves. The underrepresented populations in these plays, the slaves or the women, they didn't have a voice in this time period, and it was important that people with a conscience and morals stand up for those. And I think it's great.